कैमरा फर्स्ट, साउंड सेकंड। साउंड में क्या, अभी हम लोगों ने बहुत स्पेसिफिकली म्यूजिक नहीं यूज किया है फिल्म में, और बल्कि जैसा साउंड इफेक्ट होता है कुछ कुछ टच करने का या फिर सांस लेने का, तो अगर वो लाउड होते हैं तो आपका माइंड आपको ऑटोमेटिकली बोलता है कि आप वही हो। आप, मेरे को कुछ करना नहीं है, वो बहुत, इट्स अ क्राफ्ट ट्रिक। सो व्हाइल इट इज प्लेइंग आउट, आई एम शोइंग यू ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स दैट आर टेलिंग यू कि ये मरने वाले हैं। उनके मन में अपनी फिल्म बन रही होती है, जब वो देख रहे होते हैं तो वो सोचते रहते हैं, अरे ऐसे होने वाला है, नहीं नहीं अब ऐसे होने वाला है, नहीं नहीं अब ऐसे होने वाला है। क्योंकि मैं एक साइन बोर्ड डालता हूँ, है ना, साइन बोर्ड डालूंगा, साइन बोर्ड दिखा रहा होगा आपको लेफ्ट लेफ्ट लेफ्ट, ठीक है, मैं डाल दूंगा एक दो बार साइन बोर्ड। अब अगर मैंने राइट घुमा दी गाड़ी, अनएक्सपेक्टेड हो जाएगा।
Hi, Karan.
हे संकल्प।
Hello, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you today, Karan. How are you?
आई एम वेरी वेल, हाउ आर यू संकल्प? थैंक्स फॉर हैविंग मी हियर मैन।
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. It's an honor for us to have you here. Uh,
Oh, come on. Thanks for guys. I'm really looking forward to this chat and meeting all of you.
Karan, congratulations on the film and thank you so much for the film. I saw
Thank
it
you.
times. Amrit here and it's my flatmate. Both of us watched it together a few days
Hey,
back.
Amr.
We were shouting at the top of our voice throughout the film. भाई चल क्या रहा है, चल क्या रहा है, पागल है क्या, क्यों कर रहा है ये, क्यों कर रहा है ये. So thank you so much for the film. We really want this as especially as people who are, जो लोग बोलते हैं ना कि अरे क्या कुछ हिंदी सिनेमा में आ नहीं रहा है या फिर you know. So to get something like this, how has it been for you since the film has released? What have been the kind of emotions you have been feeling?
Oh man, the biggest thing is this relief because I mean, it's sort of the end of a journey when it released. तो काफी टाइम तक थोड़ा वो इसका एंड आया नहीं था, तो दैट वाज अ लिटिल बिट कंसर्न, मतलब नॉट कंसर्निंग, बट एक होता है ना कि वो चैप्टर क्लोज नहीं हुआ था। So I think the biggest thing was, yes, now this chapter is kind of closed. Of course, I mean, it's always going to be my film sort of a thing. But yeah, I mean, थोड़े एक level पे you feel like, okay, that's done. I can, I mean, get on to something else and sort of move on, because I mean, I've been living with this project since 2018. So it's a long time, and so that was the main thing. I think relief was the main thing. Of course, I was excited to share it with a wide audience. That was a very big thing, and the response from the audience has been overwhelming. I don't think anybody can expect that. At least that you don't go in expecting people are going to react to your film in a certain way or anything. So that was amazing. And but yeah, चक्की पीसना फिर से शुरू.
I'm actually curious about the word you mentioned about the response bit because so I have studied business and management, basic BCom course वगैरह पढ़ा था और मैं अभी काम भी marketing वगैरह में कर रहा हूँ, तो हमारा हर चीज ना मीट्रिक्स में हम मेजर करते हैं जो भी हमें चीजें करनी है. So a lot of times whatever campaign we run, we are told to see इसका performance कैसा रहा, what were the metrics you measure to see कि इसका success था कि नहीं था. It's
Yeah.
confusing to I mean ask that to an artist per se, but is there a metric you would measure the success of your film for?
I mean, if I had to give you some metrics or stats, I mean, the film played at, close to 40 festivals on across the world. So the response from mostly from festivals was great. People loved it, whether it was in Japan or South America or, America, New Zealand. So that was very heartening, that anybody, and it kind of cut across gender in my own personal experience. Women also enjoyed it, men, young people, older people. I think that was something that, I certainly was not expecting such a wide audience because it's an uncomfortable, hard film. तो मुझे लगा था कि शायद लोगों के लिए ज्यादा हो कुछ पार्ट्स, बट ऑफ कोर्स, I counted some people out, which I was surprised to see that it actually made it it was accessible to many more people. Then it was the film kind of well, metrics wise, in the first on the third or fourth day of its release, it was top 10 in 10 countries around the world. Again, like kind of varied. So that was very exciting because It was not just maybe doing well amongst the Indians, it was doing well amongst Caucasians, amongst Asians. So, I mean, that was really the most exciting part for me, that, to be able to make a film, because that was something that at least for me, was very important, that I make a film that cuts across. क्योंकि क्या है इंडिया में तो, and not only in India, but around the world, probably, there's always this thing about target audience. You're making film for target audience, for target audience. Fuck. They get like, that's a very big deal, for people. And I always felt like, and when I watch films that I'm so moved by, I see that they don't have anything like that. They just appeal to to many more people. You cannot really put your finger on it. So मुझे लगा कि that was something that even I wanted to kind of achieve. Where, I mean, Stolen is a very Indian story, Indian characters for Indian people by Indian people, but to touch people around the world meant a lot to me actually.
Right. Right. And I can tell you for sure, my parents, if it was a pre-OTT era, वो शायद ये मूवी देखते ही नहीं, उनको पहुंचती नहीं उन तक शायद, या फिर वो लोग जाते ही
Yeah,
थिएटर में जाने के लिए. Now that they are
yeah.
craving for good things to watch in like around रात के time पे, they had a great time as well. So it's
Wow,
reaching
amazing.
places they probably wouldn't have earlier, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, है. I mean, I would have loved to have a theatrical release because theater में एक अलग ही मजा है, frankly speaking. वो एक वो है feel है इसके अंदर, but ठीक है. I mean, I think that the large audience base is way more important than playing in some 100 theaters or whatever. I mean, I would have not done justice, I think.
Right, right. I've been wondering a lot about this, about should the process for an artist to make something be as dependent as, let's say, every other product in the world is on market research, or should it be as personal and as, as personal as possible, as intentional and as, individual as possible?
Yeah, I mean, of course, this seeps into सिनेमा एज वेल, स्पेशली ये जो सीरीज वगैरह हैं, इनमें ये बहुत ज्यादा होता है, बिकॉज ये टेक कंपनीज चला रही है इन इन सीरीज को, तो वो बहुत ज्यादा इसको लेकर ज्यादा अटैच्ड है, मार्केट और ये वो. बट इंडिविजुअल फिल्म मेकर्स लाइक मी, हम लोग मतलब एक सेंस तो होता है कि यार आप फिल्म किसके लिए बना रहे हो, एंड आपको मतलब एक बेसिक सेंस तो होता है, बट बियॉन्ड दैट नहीं यार. मतलब इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट you are able to find that individuality and specificity, वरना कुछ मतलब it will not work out, क्योंकि आप किसी हर 100 लोगों के लिए फिल्म नहीं बना सकते हो. You can only make the film from your understanding, and then you hope, and of course you do. There are some basic craft tricks that we all have, to make films, but apart from that, no, I don't think it works out. At least for me, again, I'll say that it can't. I have to make films that are very personal to me, otherwise I can't make it actually.
Right, right. Fair enough. And so about Stolen specifically as well, why was it so personal for you? I think it's inspired by some true event that happened some time back. What was
Yeah,
it
it was.
exactly like?
I mean, when I read about, I saw that basically 2018 में there was a mob lynching जहाँ पे two boys got lynched in Karbi Anglong in Assam, and they were wrongfully accused of being child kidnappers, and then it was a very brutal killing, and उसके ना videos घूम रहे थे, and I came across these videos like probably anybody else, and मुझे बहुत इफेक्ट किए, क्योंकि मैं उन दो लड़कों के साथ काफी एसोसिएट कर पाया. दे हैड वेरी सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ टेस्ट बैकग्राउंड. तो मैं सडनली उनके साथ एकदम विदाउट वांटिंग टू, आई रियली वाज एबल टू एसोसिएट विद देम इन दिस वे दैट फक, आई डिडंट इवन नो कि मेरी कंट्री में ऐसा होता है, कि मैं भी जाता हूँ ऐसी जगह पे जहाँ पे मेरे साथ हो सकता है, एंड आई डू दैट वेरी ऑफन, एंड आई एम नॉट इवन अवेयर अबाउट दिस. अभी गांव वो गाय काउ लिंचिंग्स एंड एक ये हिंदू मुस्लिम दलित ये सब लिंचिंग्स ये देखी थी, बट wrongfully being accused of child kidnappers and ऐसी lynchings हो रही थी, this I didn't know,
Right.
so that was really the seed of it. And I mean, you don't, ऐसा वही है ना, because it's an individual art, and क्या आपको अटक जाए बात, ये कोई उसके अंदर कह नहीं सकता. आई मीन देर आर, एंड हमारी कंट्री में तो हर जगह कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा है. You can't make movies about everything. I mean, we're not here for that, but some things get stuck, and when you're stuck with a thing, then you you work to tell it in. I mean, because that's what we do as filmmakers. We tell stories, and so as the the stories that impact you, then they have better hope of impacting others because you can tell it with that honesty.
Right, right. I would love if people have questions. Please start raising your hands. There is an option in the Zoom. You can please start raising. Till then, I'll just ask one more question, Karan. Um, why Rajasthan? I think it's based in Rajasthan, if I remember it correctly. Uh, what would have been different? It was if it was, let's say, set in Hyderabad or Delhi or somewhere else.
So the film had to be set in a rural landscape because it was sort of this rural versus urban, rural, not versus, but rural and urban interaction clash kind of a thing. So it couldn't have been in a city, but it could have been in any rural area. Why Rajasthan? Because I actually went to school in Ajmer, and I knew that area very well, and I needed a certain kind of location, which I knew I will get there. So it was more about logistics and of course aesthetic,
Yeah,
logistics and aesthetic, and not. I mean, not the film is not set in Rajasthan. The film is set anywhere,
yeah.
but we shot it in Rajasthan. I think that's the difference because I didn't want to say that it's set. I mean, we've used all fake names and all that because we didn't really want to say this is a story about Rajasthan because it's not. It's a story about anywhere in India. For me.
Yeah. Poojan, you I think you raised your hand first. Please go ahead.
Hi. First of all, congratulations for the all the success that
Thanks,
you have
Poojan.
achieved. One thing, and which is I felt the most remarkable part about the film is that the topic could have been portrayed in any manner. The topic that you chose. Why to go with mystery kind of feeling throughout the film, right? You posed for a while. The audience is thinking that that lady itself वो भी गलत हो सकती है. Maybe उसी ने जानबूझ के किया है. And सब
Yeah,
सब
yeah,
पे
correct.
सस्पेंस का पलड़ा एक एक बार आता है. So why you choose
Correct.
that medium? Because it could have been like a documentary also with some statistics, everything, and it could have been
Correct,
any
correct,
other
correct,
way.
correct.
It could have been a very emotional point of view just from the lady's perspective. But you chose this
Right.
where all of characters were put it in a mystery thriller kind of thing. And at the end, then also you made sure that the actual message was passed with a very impact, very high impact. So how that thinking?
तो पूजन आई मीन एक तो ये ऑफ कोर्स एक तो सिंपल ये है कि मेरा खुद का भी टेस्ट plays into it. I enjoy such content. I enjoy mystery. Mystery is something that I really enjoy myself. And I think the other part is that I want to make my film engaging. I didn't want to make a film that is only for niche audience. 10 लोग देखेंगे मेरे लिए सब्जेक्ट बहुत important है. Of course, the mystery, the suspense, the thrilling aspect makes it more engaging. About telling a story, I think you can tell it in any genre. You should not be कोई आपको रोकना नहीं जरूरत नहीं है कि आप हॉरर में बता रहे हो या कॉमेडी में बता रहे हो आप कोई भी स्टोरी किसी भी जॉनर में बता सकते हो तो ट्रीटमेंट की बात है फाइनली.
You nailed it. Congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Poojan. Thank you for that question.
So,
Yes, Shabari, please.
and thank you for such a wonderful film because I watched
Thank you,
it
Shubham.
twice.
Wow, thank you
Last
so
night,
much.
as I was saying it, मैंने जबरदस्ती मेरे फादर को बिठा के वो फिल्म दिखाई. वो बहुत कम मूवीज दिखते हैं. एंड आई वाज लाइक कि नहीं ये देखना ही है. मेरी मदर ने भी कहा ये देखना ही है. एंड ही वाज सो हुक्ड ऑन टू द मूवी. एट द एंड ही वाज सो हैप्पी कि यार बच्ची मिल गई. उनका बहुत खुशी से उन्होंने कहा कि यार आखिर में बच्ची मिल गई है. So
Wow,
thank you for a wonderful film. I have a
thanks.
question that when I watched the film for the first time and also the second time, वो सिचुएशन जिस तरह से आपने फिल्म पोर्ट्रे की है एज एन ऑडियंस ऐसा लगता है कि आप वो सिचुएशन में हो. जैसे मैं वो प्लेटफॉर्म पे हूँ जब वो अ, बातें हो रही है, झगड़े हो रहे हैं,
Yeah,
या
yeah,
फिर जब वो गाड़ी में बैठकर वो कोई कोठी पे जा रहे हैं. यू फील दैट यू
yeah.
आर इन दैट सिचुएशन इवन व्हेन द
Correct.
mob lynching is happening. You are the part of that mob. So
Yeah.
how was the writing process behind all this?
The writing, so the feeling of being there was more of a craft thing, Shivali, lens. आपका जो लेंस यूज करते हो आप, वो आपको एक सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ फीलिंग देता है, लॉन्ग लेंस जो होते हैं वो दूर से दिखाते हैं, दूर से दिखते हैं, मतलब लगता है दूर हो आप। वाइड लेंसेज आपको पास, लगता है कि पास हो आप। एंड देन प्लेसमेंट ऑफ कैमरा। तो एक्चुअली मोर देन द राइटिंग प्रोसेस, ऑफ कोर्स द राइटिंग प्रोसेस वाज रिटन within that perspective of, basically like you're telling it through a character's perspective, but more that was वो जो immersive feeling है, it is more to do with sound and camera first, sound second. sound में क्या, अभी हम लोगों ने बहुत स्पेसिफिकली म्यूजिक नहीं यूज किया है फिल्म में, और बल्कि जैसा साउंड इफेक्ट होता है कुछ कुछ टच करने का, या फिर सांस लेने का, तो अगर वो लाउड होते हैं तो आपका माइंड आपको ऑटोमेटिकली बोलता है कि आप वही हो। आप, मेरे को कुछ करना नहीं है, वो बहुत, इट्स अ क्राफ्ट ट्रिक। आई डोंट हैव टू, आई हैव टू चूज द राइट चॉइसेस, एंड देन ऑटोमेटिकली दैट फीलिंग विल बी, you will feel it. मेरे को, of course, it is not so straightforward, but yes, a lot of it is that straightforward. Wide lenses, पूरी film, I was shot the whole film in 2 lenses, and sound, camera कहाँ placed है, कैसे आप उनके पास हो, तो वो आपको वो feeling देता है immersion की. And for me, when I wrote this story and when I thought of this story, actually, this was the first thing that was important to me. When I started to think about it, ये पहली चीज थी जब मैंने कुछ स्क्रिप्ट नहीं लिखी थी, मेरे पास बस 2 कैरेक्टर थे, कुछ भी नहीं था, तब मेरे को ये पता था कि I want to send my audience on this journey.
Okay, and you're right, it was very immersive experience, and as a family we were hooked for on both the times. and कोई हिल नहीं रहा था, कोई सांस नहीं ले रहा था, इस
Wow.
तरह से
Wow.
एक्सपीरियंस था. And
Thank
one
you.
more thing, just one more thing,
हाँ जी.
that at the end, when I was watching for the first time, I had this कि यार ये, I was dreading कि this will be an open-ended
मरेंगे ये.
story,
बिल्कुल.
and the search will continue, and but the I mean, you took it to a tempo, to a higher point, and ended it so beautifully. So can you elaborate on the ending of it?
So, I mean, for me, the ending was kind of non-negotiable because I don't want to make movies that are. I'm not a nihilistic person myself कि सब बर्बाद हो जाए और दुनिया खत्म हो जाए, वैसा मेरा एटीट्यूड नहीं है. तो मेरे लिए तो बहुत जरूरी था कि बच्चा मिल जाए, भाई ना मरे. तो it's just who I am, I think. So worked till the point we could achieve that. कैसे बहुत सारे डिस्कशन होते थे कि भाई को मार दो, बच्चा ना मिले, ये सब डिस्कशन होते थे कभी कभी, पर जैसे मेरे लिए वो नॉन निगोशिएबल था. मतलब आई डोंट थिंक कि अगर, मतलब वैसा कुछ बात पे बात अगर आती कि यार नहीं ऐसा करना चाहिए या वैसा करना चाहिए, तो आई वुड हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू, आई डोंट थिंक आई वुड हैव बीन एबल टू डू एनीथिंग एल्स. So while it is playing out, I am showing you all of these things that are telling you कि ये मरने वाले. Already you are all audiences, उनके मन में अपनी फिल्म बन रही होती है. जब वो देख रहे होते हैं तो वो सोचते रहते हैं अरे ऐसे होने वाला है, नहीं नहीं अब ऐसे होने वाला है, नहीं अब ऐसे होने वाला है. तो आप गेस कर सकते हो, क्योंकि मैं एक साइन बोर्ड डालता हूँ, है ना. साइन बोर्ड डालूंगा, साइन बोर्ड दिखा रहा होगा आपको लेफ्ट लेफ्ट लेफ्ट, ठीक है, मैं डाल दूंगा 1-2 बार साइन बोर्ड. अब अगर मैंने राइट घुमा दी गाड़ी, अनएक्सपेक्टेड हो जाएगा. बार बार मैं आपको राइट दिखाऊंगा, फिर लेफ्ट घुमा दी गाड़ी, अनएक्सपेक्टेड. तो ये अगर क्राफ्ट की बात है, बिकॉज अगर आपने ये नहीं किया तो कोई, अगर स्टोरी अनएक्सपेक्टेड नहीं, अगर आपको फर्स्ट सीन में पूरा लास्ट तक का पता लग गया तो कोई देखेगा ही नहीं बैठ के 2 घंटे.
We thoroughly enjoyed your film, and thank you so much.
थैंक यू शिवानी.
I'm very glad that I'm talking to you. भाई I watched the movie.
Thank you, man.
And like from past 2 or 3 days I was traveling बहुत ज़्यादा due to festival, and काफ़ी थकान थी, but I just thought कि let's watch it being in a bus, and I was watching it like this, and धीरे धीरे ऐसे होता जाना, like it got interesting, मतलब धीरे धीरे वो interesting बनती गई. And I'll just particularly talk about the writing part. Like in the movie, there are some moments that make us, that in the movie, like there are some moments that make us believe, that make us question the characters, the characters' moral choices. Like when Gautam, the big brother, hesitates to help Jhumpa at the railway station, or when the brothers keep going on, even though they might have been mistaken as kidnappers.
Yeah.
These scenes blur the line between protecting yourself and doing what's right. Like there were some instances also, like from the younger brother brought something from the past that ऐसा हुआ था, ये हुआ था, बचा सकते थे types. And
Yeah.
like, did you plan to keep this moral gray area from the very start, or did it come about naturally while making the film, like organically while making the film?
नो, इतने लेवल क्या नहीं हो सकता ऑर्गेनिकली, ये सब प्लान्ड ही होता है सबका, हल्का फुल्का इम्प्रोवाइजेशन करते हैं लोग, यू नो, आई मीन, बट ऑफ कोर्स नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, some films are created in such a way that they explore this journey as they go along. But no, we were very classic in our filmmaking. We wanted to put the characters repeatedly in at crossroads where they have to take, I mean, see, moral questions से ज़्यादा dramatic conflict कुछ है नहीं किसी के लिए. So in fact, I mean, any film that does not use that device is wasting a great device, you know. So मुझे लगता है कि ये मतलब सारी पिक्चरों में होना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से. That is what is engaging, you know. Moral choices, comedy हो, चाहे कुछ drama हो, whatever it is, actually it doesn't matter. But what is exciting for storytelling, and for me at least, from my perspective, what is exciting in storytelling is these moral choices that characters need to take in order to move forward, and they are at crossroads, and all choices seem right and wrong. That's exciting, you know. अगर obvious है एक choice अच्छी, एक choice बुरी, तो कोई बुरी क्यों लेगा, अच्छी लेगा, you know. So I think it's quite I mean, yes, it was all pre-planned. Everything was pre-planned, and yeah, I mean, you know, a little bit of the process itself informs you and changes you in its own way, but it was all pre-planned.
Yeah, like I like the bonding between the brothers. वो छोटा सा ऐसे मारना सर पे, गलती कर दी तेरी वजह से फंस गए types thing. It was
Yeah. I mean, like, say for example, exactly ये example कि वो उसको थप्पड़ मारता है, ये हम लोगों ने थप्पड़ मारना वो on site improvise किया. Okay. As an example, you know. But of course, within the discussions, within the planning, we knew कि बड़ा भाई छोटे भाई पे हाथ भी उठा सकता है, छोटा भाई कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा, तो ये हमें पता था. अब हमने उसको प्लांट नहीं किया था, बट जब चांस मिला, दिखा कि अरे ये मोमेंट बहुत सही है, तो आ गया उससे, यू नो. तो दैट वाज समथिंग दैट वाज शुभम्स आइडिया. ऐसा एग्जांपल, मतलब रमन का ही आइडिया था वो, क्या जब मैं ऐसे करूं तो ये मुझे लगा दे, तो मजा आ गया. हाँ, करते हैं ऐसे करके, यू नो. तो वो ऐसे करके बनती हैं फिल्में, ऑफ कोर्स.
नहीं, बॉन्डिंग पे जो बात थी ना कि मैं आपका कोई असाइनमेंट नहीं हूँ, मैं when he said that, so it impacted a lot. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kiki. Thank you so much. I'll move to Amrit.
Hi, Karan. Congratulations on such a brilliant film.
Thank you so much.
As Sankalp mentioned, we were watching it 2 days back, and we were literally at the edge of our seat. I mean, it was like after a very long time I was watching a thriller and enjoying that sort of content, and it, like a lot of people have mentioned, it was extremely immersive. Like, you felt like you were there. And I think Sankalp also made this point when we were watching the movie. It could happen to anybody. It could happen to you. It could happen to me. You can get off at a shady railway station and this could happen. It's highly possible. So it was honestly really amazing. So my question is, I found the very interesting plot device when the elder brother, he managed, like, you know, he sort of, when they reach that abandoned koti or ruin or something, he unintentionally murders someone in self-defense, right? So when that happened, it was pretty interesting to see how before that he was this completely insensitive person in general with regard to his view of the world and all of that.
Correct.
But he didn't really, like, ideally he didn't do anything wrong per se, except for his views were not the right thing. Like, and the younger brother was shown as a more compassionate, understanding person. But the minute he did something like that is what changed him completely, and he grew more empathetic. So what was the thought process behind this entire sort of, because I found that murder to be the turning point actually in the movie. It was a very interesting sort of a plot device.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, I think that taking a life and to see a life snuffed out बहुत बड़ी चीज है actually, you know. तो अगर ऐसी चीज आपको नहीं करती है, you know, it doesn't change you, then what will? So yes, it was a planted device to help in the transformation arc of this character. And yeah, I mean, that was basically it. It was such a big event, you know, the death of someone. It is bound to change, and so it feels natural, you know. That is why I think we picked that device.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Karan.
Thank you so much, Raman.
First of all, thank you for making this movie, Karan.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it was amazing, chilling and thrilling as well.
I'm glad you
S-
enjoyed it, man.
yeah, I enjoyed it. So the first question is, when this was what's shown in international film festivals, it took 2 years to be showcased in our country. So was it the distributor's problem, or why didn't it get a theatrical release?
Um, अक्षय थिएट्रिकल के लिए क्या है ना कि the economics are very complicated and हम लोग बहुत छोटे प्रोडक्शन हाउस थे, मतलब जिनके पास इतना बजट नहीं था, एंड थिएट्रिकल वाज काइंड ऑफ आउट ऑफ द, मतलब हमारे उससे बाहर था वो एक्चुअली, यू नो. अगर हमारे को कोई बड़ा पार्टनर मिल जाता ना, धर्मा जैसा कोई या एक्सेल एंटरटेनमेंट जैसा कोई, जो कि कहता कि यार नहीं, मैं पिक्चर को थिएटर में डालूंगा और पुश करूंगा इसको, तब तो कुछ हो सकता था. हम खुद से तो ये नहीं कर सकते थे. इट वाज टू कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, यू नो. पैसा, मतलब थिएटर में फिल्म जाने के लिए ना, यू हैव टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ मार्केटिंग, मनी हैज टू बी ह्यूज. तो आपने फिल्म बनाई एक्स की, एक्स प्लस एक्स उसके अंदर आपको मार्केटिंग में डालना है, तो ऑल दैट वी डिडंट हैव एक्चुअली, यू नो. उतना बैकिंग नहीं था हमारे पास. एंड ये प्रॉब्लम इंडिया का ये है कि इसके डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल्स इतने बढ़िया बने नहीं हुए हैं कि मीडियम स्मॉल साइज फिल्में थिएटर में पहुंच जाए.
So recently there was this movie, right? Kill, which
करेक्ट.
even that didn't have big stars, and but did get a wide theatrical release. So retrospectively, if you think instead of
And
Abhishek,
it had a
it
very
was
big production house, you know. करण जौहर का प्रोडक्शन हाउस ने बनाई थी वो फिल्म, तो वहां बहुत बड़ी बात है, मतलब, you know, they have those connections, the money. अब किल का बजट आई थिंक वाज 40 करोड़, स्टोलन का बजट वाज
oh,
4 करोड़. अब आप देखो,
okay.
10 गुना बजट का फर्क है.
I mean, did you pitch it to big production houses as well?
No, I didn't actually. You know, because I didn't give a shit about budget. मुझे नहीं, मेरे को कोई पड़ी नहीं थी बजट की. मेरे को सिर्फ कंट्रोल चाहिए था एक्चुअली.
Okay.
मैं अपने हिसाब से फिल्म बनाना चाहता था, चाहे वो डूबे, चाहे वो हिट हो, चाहे कुछ भी हो. मेरे खुद का चॉइसेस हैं वो. आई डिडंट वांट टू बी. काफी टाइम क्या होता है फर्स्ट टाइम डायरेक्टर्स के लिए ना यार, ये बहुत होता है कि वो दूसरे के मतलब दूसरे के उस पे बनाते हैं फिल्में, यू नो. बड़ा मुश्किल होता है खुद से अपना वो कर पाना, बिकॉज एवरीबडी लाइक, अगर आप इंडेटेड हो तो कोई बोल रहा है ऐसे कर दे, कोई बोल रहा है वैसे कर दे, कोई बोल रहा है ऐसे कट कर दे, मतलब ऐसी सब चीजें बहुत होती हैं. फॉर मी क्रिएटिव कंट्रोल वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो बड़े प्रोडक्शन हाउस कभी गए नहीं एक्चुअली, ऑनेस्टली.
And how did Abhishek Banerjee happen? Like, did you have him in your mind while writing the script, or like, how did he enter the movie,
No,
like the
I mean,
film?
not exactly while writing the script, but of course उसकी casting पहले ही हो गई थी before we finished writing the script. So yes, eventually I knew that he's going to be my protagonist, but I cast him because he's such an amazing actor.
Thank you, Karan, so much. Yeah.
Thanks, Akshay.
Thank you,
Or-
Akshay.
Yeah. Hi, Karan.
Hi,
First of
Jatin.
all, I really liked the movie for the fact that it kept me hooked, like completely gripped, and it was one of the very
Thanks,
few
man.
movies which I could watch without checking my phone even once, which is like a kind of a huge thing for me because my attention keeps getting distracted. But one thing that I really like felt like throughout the movie was the fact that the emotion of fear is so visceral in it. Like the viewer really feels it in their bones, and fear, and also the feeling of being constrained. Uh, like throughout the film, you are constrained inside the car or at the koti. It's dark and it's or you are like in
Yeah, yeah.
structure, and even during the ending when the injured brother is inside the building hiding. So there's a lot of constriction, and that really comes across, and the viewer actually feels those things. So was this like a conscious thing to make the viewer feel those things, or
Yeah,
uh, did it happen on?
conscious. No, nothing happens by chance, honestly, Salish. लोगों को लगता है कि फिल्म मेकिंग हैपेंस बाय चांस, बिल्कुल नहीं है। सारी चीजें अगर आपको अच्छी लगी तो भी वो प्लान्ड होती है, अगर आपको बुरी लगी ना तो भी वो प्लान्ड होती है, और वो लोगों को नहीं वर्कआउट होती। चलो वो तो जो है सो है, यू नेवर नो। बट एवरीथिंग, सी बाय चांस कुछ पहुंचता नहीं है वहां पे, क्योंकि हमें बनाना पड़ता है। वी आर मेकिंग अ मेक बिलीव वर्ल्ड, अगर हम वो नहीं बनाएंगे तो नहीं होगा उसके अंदर। सो यस, एवरीथिंग इज प्लान्ड, योर चॉइसेस डिटरमिन your feelings, your emotions, so it is all planned. And of course, like you think constrained is only by लोकेशन, बट एक्चुअली जब कैमरा कैरेक्टर के इतना पास रहता है ना, और आपको हम लोग वाइड शॉट नहीं दिखाए हैं फिल्म में, बहुत कम है हमारी फिल्म में वाइड शॉट, वो जानबूझ के, क्योंकि जैसा वाइड शॉट आता है ना, बहुत बड़ा शॉट, बहुत कुछ दिख रहा है, तो आदमी रिलैक्स हो जाता है, ओ वाह बहुत कुछ, शांति हो जाती है। उसको जैसे थोड़ा सा दिखाते हो ना, टाइट रखो बार बार, तो वो स्ट्रेस बढ़ता जाता है, बढ़ता जाता है, बढ़ता जाता है। अनकट है हमारी फिल्म, बहुत लंबे लंबे शॉट्स है हमारी फिल्म में, तो कट नहीं होता, तो सांस एक्चुअली, वो आदमी जब कट होता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली सोचता नहीं है, आदमी खुद ही करता है, जैसे कट होता है वो ऑटोमेटिक होता है उसका रिएक्शन। दिस इज फैक्ट, नॉट चॉइस।
Yeah, that was about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Salish.
थैंक यू सो मच।
Let's move to Prerna.
So the first question is that why did you deliberately choose to just give a glimpse that something traumatic has happened to the younger brother, and you never really divulged into what exactly happened? Not even we don't even know 5 seconds of what really happened in that situation. And the second question is that as a filmmaker and all this origination of all these OTT platforms, how does it impact, or what kind of effect does it have to the creative process? Does it feel like it gives you more platforms, and is it more encouraging because you have access to these platforms, or yeah?
So Prerna, first part of the question का answer is that there was no time actually, क्योंकि देखो ऐसे दो भाई जिन्होंने ये सेम कॉन्वर्सेशन 10 बार 20 बार 50 बार कर रखी होगी, इनके
Yeah.
पास्ट में है, तो वो ऐसे क्यों बात करेंगे? वो फेक
हम्म
लगता। अगर मैं ज्यादा करता ना, उनसे खड़े होके बात कर रहे हैं आप लोगों को बताने के लिए, तो आपको ही फेक लगता कि अरे यार ऐसे खड़े होके क्यों बात कर रहे हो, तुमने तो 50 बार बात कर रखी होगी, अब ऐसे ऐसे बोल रहे हो मुझे बताने के लिए, तो ऐसा लगता फिर उस टाइम पर, तो उसको उतना ही टेम्पर करना है, मतलब उसको उसी लेवल पे आई कैन टेल यू, बिकॉज वो रियल लगना चाहिए ना, कि एक रियल सिचुएशन में दो भाई अगर ऐसी जगह पे पहुंच जाएं तो वो कितने तक बोल पाएंगे।
Okay.
And second question, see, I personally I don't give a shit about ये प्लेटफॉर्म मीडिया। किसी ने मुझे अभी बोला, वो तो फोन पे वो दिखाया उसने मुझे, वो फोन पे देख रहा था ये फिल्म, और उसको फोन पे ही खड़ा कर दिया उसने। तो मेरे लिए फोन, लैपटॉप, टीवी, ऑफ कोर्स थिएटर का एक एक्सपीरियंस है जो है वो, that's true for every film, but for me I think that storytelling and cinema transcends medium, अगर मीडियम पे आप डिपेंड कर रहे हो तो कुछ अलग गड़बड़ है, तो फॉर मी इट मैटर नहीं करता है। मतलब अगर ये यहाँ मुझे चांस मिल रहा है तो सही है, बट हाँ, आई विल से दैट ऑल इन ऑल ये टेक कंपनीज ने थोड़ा सा सिस्टम बिगाड़ दिया है फिल्म डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का, ना कि हेल्प किया है। दे हैव नॉट हेल्प सो मच, दे हैव मेड इट लिटिल बिट प्रॉब्लमैटिक, but I think in the future film industry is working towards trying to find better ways of distribution, etc. तो वो भी होगा।
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prerna.
Thank you so much. Karan, we have bothered you enough. Thank you so much for your time.
No, that's fine. You not bothered me at all, Sankar. This was great fun.
It was an absolute pleasure to have you, and I can't tell you, there is so much more we want to talk to you about. And things like, for example, the work you did earlier with Rajkumar Hirani, and all of that I would love to ask you about, and like other things also, like you have played polo, and I would have loved to know uska journey ke bare mein, and there is so many more things you could have.
Different lifetime वो तो।
अरे यार मजा आता है, हमें तो सुनना है ना बैठ के, हमें तो कहानियां सुननी है कहानीकार से। But Karan, is there, because Abstract is a place for all of us where we pause essentially because we have a day job, as I mentioned, many of us, and it's a post-work pause for a lot of us. As a Tuesday we ask to दिन भर
Right.
का क्या जो भी
Right,
है.
right, right, right,
We
right.
spend a lot of our time around this time to spend on things you can properly pause with. Do you have a pause recommendation or a pause ritual for you that you?
Me, I mean, like what I do outside of work.
Yeah, like just something to chill, unwind, etc. जो आप recommend भी कर सको हम लोग
I
को.
mean, I walk my dog twice a day. I love to watch, of course, I am a cinephile, so I watch a lot of cinema myself. I'm a really outdoor person, so I spend a lot of my time. I live in Goa. I don't live in Bombay. So that's sort of that's sort of what I do. I mean, my life is kind of revolving more around sort of the outdoors and, spending time with my wife, my dog. I mean, it's kind of like that more than anything else. Pretty simple, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we do this. It's a passion project for me, and everybody here has.
Also, yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
So yeah, and including you also have a role to play. We'll remember this. We'll take away things from this, and sort of also get
Thanks so much.
inspired in some way or the other, because the film that you made was also asking us a moral question: ki should we stand up if something wrong is happening in front of us or not? And with something that happened yesterday, you being a dog lover yourself would understand जो भी कल Supreme Court का order आया है.
Yeah.
That sort of affected a lot of us, and it is raising a question in my mind, particularly. For example, should I stand up? What should I do? What should I not stand up? And that moral dilemma that Stolen talks about is very deeply rooted and can come in this case as well. So yeah, just it left the film left with a lot of thought, and thank you for leaving us with a thought, because a film that leaves us with a thought stays with us longer.